Hello everyone, welcome to Bhumika Study World. Please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. So we were doing our chapter number 1 of science for class 8, that is crop production and management. And in my last video, we have completed the second agricultural practice, that is sowing. And now we're going to start with the third agricultural practice, that is adding manure and fertilizers. Right? So let's get started with it. You might be familiar with manure and fertilizers. You might have studied it in your earlier classes, right? Manure and fertilizers are those substances which are added in the soil to replenish the soil with nutrients, or you can say to provide the soil with nutrients, to enrich the soil with nutrients. So let's get started. The substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of the plants are called manure and fertilizers. Okay, so for the healthy growth of the plants need nutrients, right? So in order to add those nutrients, we add manure and fertilizers to the plants. Now, Buju is saying something here. I saw a healthy crop growing in the farm. In the neighboring farm, the plants were weak. Why do some plants grow better than the others? So here is the answer for this question. Soil supplies mineral nutrients to the crop plants. We all know that the crop plants are grown in the soil because soil supplies the mineral nutrients to the crop plants. These nutrients are essential for the plant, for the growth of the plants, right? We all know that these nutrients which are supplied by the soil are very much essential for the growth of the plants. In certain areas, farmers grow crop after crop, means continuous the crop production is there. Means suppose this is a field. So in a field, one type of crop is grown, right? And after harvesting that crop, the second crop is also grown in the field. The field is never left uncultivated or fallow for some time, right? So the plants grow weak because the soil provided nutrient for the first crop plant. Then the amount of nutrients in the soil will become low, right? It will decrease. Then how will it provide sufficient nutrients to the second crop plant? It needs first of all nutrients, then only it will provide to the second crop plant, right? So what is done, children? So the field is never left uncultivated or fallow. It is very important to leave the field uncultivated or fallow for some time after growing one crop plant. Okay, because that helps that helps the soil to replenish with the nutrients. Now see, continuous cultivation of the crop makes the soil poor in nutrients. Okay, in the soil, if we grow the first crop plant, so all the nutrients of the soil will be used for the first crop plant only, right? And for the second crop plant, the soil has to get more nutrients so that it will be able to supply to it, right? So continuous cultivation of crops, growing crops one after another, it makes the soil poor in nutrients. Therefore, what the farmers do? The farmers have to add manure, right, to the field to replenish the soil with the nutrients, because manure is a rich supply of nutrients, right? So it helps the soil to get nutrients. So the process of adding manure to the soil is known as manuring. The process is called manuring. The process of adding manure to the soil is called manuring. This process is called manuring. Improper or insufficient manuring results in weak plants. Now improper or very much insufficient of manuring, means adding manure to the soil, it results in the weak plants. So we should just provide the soil with the proper amount of manure, right? Not much improper, means not much insufficient, and not improper, right? What is manure? What manure actually is? Manure is an organic substance obtained from the decomposition of the plant or animal wastes. Okay, manure can be prepared at the fields also. So what the farmers do to prepare the manure at fields? Farmers dump plant and animal waste in the pits at open places and allow it to decompose. The farmers dug a pit in the field and the farmers add the plant and animal waste into the pit and then leave it to decompose, right? You already have studied about manure, that what actually manure is in your earlier classes also. Okay, So in much detail you do not require much information about it, right? Okay, so what the farmers do, the farmers dump plant and animal waste in pits at open places and allow it to decompose. The decomposition is caused by some microorganisms like these earthworms. You have already studied that earthworms are the farmers' friend because they help the farmers for the decomposition, right? For preparing manures, they can decompose, right? The decomposed matter is used as an organic manure then, right? Okay. This is activity 1.2. You can perform it at your home, right? Now here we end with the manures. Okay, so manure is used for adding the nutrients to the soil, and it is made by decomposed material, right? It is an organic waste made by the decomposition of the plants and animal waste, right? Now I'm going to study about fertilizers, children. Fertilizers are the chemicals which are rich in a particular nutrient, right? Manure is not a chemical, right? It is a natural thing, whereas fertilizer is a chemical. Okay, fertilizer is a chemical, not a natural thing. Okay, fertilizers are produced in factories. Okay, fertilizers are produced in factories. They are made in factories, whereas the manures were made in fields, right? Some examples of fertilizers are urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash, NPK. NPK stands for nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Alright? So these are the examples of some fertilizers: urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash and NPK. Right? Superphosphate is whole one name, right? Superphosphate. Potash and NPK are different. Okay. So the use of fertilizers has helped farmers to get a better yield of crop. Yield, I already told you, yield means output, right? So the fertilizers helps the farmers to get a better yield of crops such as wheat, paddy, and maize, right? But excessive use of fertilizers is can also make the soil less fertile. Like we have already learned that improper or insufficient of manuring means damages the soil, right? It is not much good for the crop plant, improper or insufficient of manuring. Same way for fertilizers also, excessive use of fertilizers can make the soil less fertile. Fertilizers have also become a source of water pollution, right? They've also become a source of water pollution because when we add fertilizers to the soil, and if this field is washed away by the rain, right? So by the rain, when the rain will come, so by the water only the fertilizers will get mixed in the water, and when the fertilizers will go in another water body, then they will cause the water pollution, right? So therefore, in order to maintain the fertility of the soil, we have to substitute fertilizers with organic manure or leaf, right? And then leave the field uncultivated or fallow in between two crops, right? If in the field one crop is grown, so before growing the other crop, you have to leave the field fallow. The use of manure improves soil texture and as well as its water retaining capacity. It replenishes the soil with nutrients. These are some of the advantages of manure. Now, the first way of replenishing the soil with nutrients was to leave the soil or the field fallow or uncultivated for some time. Second, another method of replenishing the soil with nutrients is through crop rotation. Crop rotation, what is done, dear children? So crop rotation can be done by growing different crops alternatively. Earlier, farmers in the northern India used to grow legumes as fodder in one season and wheat in the next season. Children, in crop rotation, what we do in crop rotation, first we grow a crop, right? First we grow a simple crop, right? Not a leguminous crop, a simple crop, right? Like you can say wheat, etc., right? And after wheat we grow the leguminous crop. What is leguminous crop? You might have seen pulses, rajma and all. So these are leguminous crops, and they, in their roots, they contain the nodules. In the nodules they contain the rhizobium bacteria, and this rhizobium bacteria helps to fix the atmospheric nitrogen. Okay, they have to fix the atmospheric nitrogen. They make the atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia, which is easily absorbed by the plant and helps them in getting nutrients, right?